here. Sorry, there's Melbourne, Tyabb is over here. Straight track all the way to West Sail. And because
pre-takeoff. Okay, well we're sitting here at just warming up the engine right at the moment, waiting for the oil just to come up to the 50 degrees before we do an engine run up. Otherwise everything's okay. Altimeter set, airspeed, RPM, vertical speed, engine, radio set to the right frequency, transponder ready to go, oil pressure good, cylinder head coming up. Oil has just got a little bit further to go and we should be fine. Program is set on the GPS. We've got the route, or whatever you want to call it, with the pink line telling us which way to go, which is always handy. Cabin heat off, flaps are all okay, doors are closed.
Give me a twist over here.
Yeah, it's a bit difficult. It's well bolted down, this one. There we are. So, yep, that's Tyabb there, and off to the west is... sorry, off to the east is West Sail. Bit of a tongue twister. Okay. Right, okay, I reckon we're all right. So run the engine up to about 3,500 RPM. Keeping an eye on the temperatures and pressures, all okay. Check one ignition system. Slight dip. Check the second system. Slight dip. There's no carburetor heat or mixture control or propeller to worry about. Temperatures and pressures are all okay and in the green or approaching the green on the case of the oil temperature. Throttle back, make sure the engine is still ticking over at 1500 RPM, which it is. Back to 2000 idle while we do our pre-flight checks, which is basically fuel tanks on, flaps one stage, trim is set to the takeoff position on this aircraft. Both mags are on, strobes are on, radio's on, transponder onto altitude, mode C, cabin heat off. Right, I guess we're all okay. Have a quick look up the approach. Make sure there's nobody coming down there. Doesn't seem to be. Make a radio call. Traffic Tyabb, Foxbat 7474, entering, lining up runway 35 for departure to West Sail. Traffic Tyabb. Put away the flap. So just letting it pick up. We've got about an indicated 90, 95 knots plus on here. Pull the prop back a little bit, 5,000. 95 indicated, 80 on the clock. Showing an arrival of 1 hour and 2 minutes. Okay, well we're en route to West Sail now, just passing over the town of Tooradin. Across to the right of us, that's the southeast, is Tooradin Airfield. It's pretty early in the morning, so it's unlikely they're doing any parachute jumping at the moment, but it's worth listening out on the frequency just in case. Traffic Tooradin, Foxbat 7474 is passing approximately 5 miles to the north of the airfield, 1,000 feet tracking for West Sail. Now that's good, you see, because we've come down down to about 500 or 600 feet, which is about the minimum we're allowed to fly at, and the speed has picked up 10 knots to 78 rather than the 68 we had before. But on the other hand, it is a bit lumpier down here.
Contact centre on 132.6.
Got the terrain warning system on here telling me that we're within 1,000 feet. When it goes red, you're within 500 feet.
Yeah, you certainly get a different look on life down here, don't you? Beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, for flying, I really love between 500 and 1,500 feet. It's great. I think it goes back to my days of when I used to be a balloon pilot. And this would be the typical altitude you'd fly across the countryside at, maybe 1,000 feet occasionally. And just drifting really, really slowly across these places. View, yeah, well, I mean, that's what's one of the good things about this plane is that if I get the map out the way, you can see, you know, right down the doors, glazed right down there. Certainly some people find it makes them a little bit giddy when they look straight down, but I love it. As an ex-balloon pilot, it's really great to be able to see down like this. Here we are, going over Warrigal. I think I must have been over here before, I'm sure, because I've flown out this way, but I don't remember it much. It's got a huge kind of a racetrack there. Looks almost like a cycling or a motor racetrack or something, a big oval there.
So this is the main route out of Melbourne heading east. You can also see the railway line down there.
Yeah.
And I guess we're looking at places like Trafalgar and not quite sure, but anyway, again, the beautiful morning continues. This is owned by the New Zealand Dairy Board now. And they've got a big spray dryer down there producing lots of milk powder. And this area is obviously quite a lush green dairy area.
Yeah.
And this is called Darnham, I think. Quite a modern plant built 10 years or so ago.
Yeah.
Ocean 1174 SETI, cleared the leave control area descending. The area QNH is 1021.
Got Warrigal here.
Yep.
Following the line, the power stations are all around here, and then following on to West Sail. According to the clock, we've got about 40 odd minutes to go. We've got still a fair old bit of headwind, 63 on the ground and 88 up here, so it's 25 knot headwind. Anyway, it's nice and smooth up here and not too bumpy.
Yeah, as you can see, this aircraft's all nicely trimmed and no control required.
Maybe a little bit of nose down, we're going a bit slower. It's lovely countryside around here, isn't it? Nice.
767, flight level 180.
Rick 767, SETA, good morning.
Traffic Latrobe Valley, Foxbat 7474 is 5 miles to the northwest. 2,000 feet, we'll be passing 5 miles to the north of Latrobe Valley, trekking for West Sail at 2,000. Traffic Latrobe Valley. Yeah, the tall thin stacks are definitely not water, are they?
February 3944, turns finals to 03, full stop, Latrobe.
Yeah, it's a pretty big hole in the ground. I guess that's the brown coal that they burn at the power station. About 7474 is 5 miles to the north, 2,000 feet, tracking for West Sail, traffic Latrobe. Trusty book to tell me all about West Sail, and the runway here is 0927. I guess we'll be landing on 09. Height above sea level 93 feet. 118.3 on the CTAF calls. The micro air radio, the 760 radio, it's a good little radio actually. It's got a number of things on it, obviously the volume and the squelch in the background there, changing the numbers along the bottom here. One of the things that's quite good on it's got a monitoring function, so you can listen to both of these channels, and you just simply hold, instead of the flop, just once hold it down like that, and it shows you R for which channel it's receiving, which is the channel we're on at the moment for our destination, which is West Sail, and the one at the bottom, which it's also monitoring now, M is for monitor, is Melbourne Centre, which is the radar service which covers this particular area. So when you receive a transmission on one, it just goes to R, so you know which one you're receiving. To stop the dual channel, you just simply tap the button like that, and it's done. The transponder we're using is a micro air also. It's a T2000 transponder with a height encoder. We're squelching at the moment, or squawking I should say, the standard Australian 1200 general aviation code for a light aircraft flying in general conditions. And again, it's got the standby on altitude, and it will display an altitude on there for you. It shows we're at 1,600 feet at the moment, according to that one there, which is, whoops, pretty true. Back to A is non-altitude, C is altitude. And again, you can flip-flop between them by pushing the flip-flop button there and select the code with this button on the bottom.
Traffic Jabiru 7090, taxis for a local flight departing runway 09 West Sail.
Wow, it is now flat across this way, isn't it?
it's quite amazing in just 1 hour how the landscape keeps changing.
Yeah.
Now got into this great big flat open eastern end to Latrobe Valley.
Yeah, I mean it is vast actually, isn't it? A real big flat area.
Foxbat inbound west sail. Do you know your destination on the airfield?
Okay, well here we are approaching West Sail. All the circuits on this airfield are to the south side, so we're now gently descending on the dead side to join crosswind on the easterly runway 09, which is this end nearest to us at the moment. So just coming down, we're almost at circuit height, another 100 feet. And then we'll turn to cross roughly midway down the runway, then turn downwind and do a right-hand circuit to land on 09. It's a very long runway, and our destination is down at the far end there where all the hangars are. So it may well be that we land long on the runway to save a very long taxi. Traffic west sail, Foxbat 7474 turns base runway 09, west sail. Okay, well there's a fairly strongish wind up here anyway. There didn't look to be much down on the ground, so we're kind of crabbing sideways towards the final turn onto runway 09. At the moment I haven't got any flap down, maybe put one stage of flap which lowers the nose a little bit. I don't think we'll use both stages of flap, there's just no need on a runway this big, so we're trimming out for around about 60-65 knots. Traffic west sail, Foxbat 7474 is turning finals, full stop runway 09, west sail. And traffic west sail, Foxbat 7474 will be landing long on runway 09. Traffic west sail, Foxbat 7474 is clear of runway 09, west sail.